Good morning, everyone. We have about a minute, so I'm just going to kind of hang out here for a few minutes and let some people hop on. This is a live seminar where we're just going to talk about what it looks like to buy in 2025, what you need to know, what to expect, how to prepare. There's so many things involved in the buying process, and it doesn't change very much year to year. Um, but it's always a good reminder of what you can do to prepare if you aren't ready to buy yet. This at least will help build up the education that you need to have in order to be successful in the real estate world when purchasing a home. Um, One thing that I will mention about getting ready to purchase is a first home savings account. A first home savings account is a key element to your buying journey if you are a very first time home buyer. This is an account that you can open up with myself, actually. You can open it up at your bank, wherever. And each year you can contribute $8,000, and that money actually can grow with interest. Um, and your investment, the money that you make on your investment is tax free. And you can also use it as a tax break. So you can actually open up this account now if you are a time home buyer and you want to buy in the next 3, 5, 10 years even. Um, you actually have 15 years to, by the time that you open the account, to utilize that. And there's no penalty if you do open one up and don't ever buy a home. You can actually just put that over into a TFSA, an RSP. There's lots of ways that you can do that, but it's for first-time home buyers. It's to help just allow you to start putting money away for your first home. A lot of problems that home buyers have is not having enough money for a down payment or just not being able to afford the home that they wish to have. So if you make a commitment to putting $25, $30 a month away in that FHSA, then it allows you the opportunity to allow that money to gain interest, and you have it parked in a place where it's your money's going to make money, and that helps you to kind of get started. So um, we will get started. We're 2 minutes in. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about buying in 2025. um, this is very similar to last year's presentation. Like I said, every year I do this and not a whole lot changes. Obviously the market conditions change. And I obviously haven't changed a whole lot since last year, other than I do have my life and investment licenses now, so I can actually help you with those things in addition to your real estate decisions. Just helps you to make a better, larger financial decision, I guess. Real estate is a big financial decision, but so is your finances and your investments and your financial future. So I'm able to help clients with that now as well. So here's what we're going to kind of cover today. And hopefully I won't be too long. We're just going to cut straight to the chase and get you the information that you need. But first, let's talk a little bit about myself. If you don't know who I am Michelle Ellis. Um, I am a mom and a wife. Since 2014, I've dedicated myself to the real estate industry, so bringing over a decade of experience to the table. In this time, I've had the privilege of transforming the lives of hundreds through the intricate art of buying and selling homes. And I promise you, it really is an art because everybody's situation is different. Every buying and selling experience is different. And for me, it's more than a transaction. It's an opportunity for me to positively impact lives, and helping to craft stories of new beginnings and fulfilled dreams. I am passionately committed to educating individuals on making outstanding real estate choices that align perfectly with your unique story and aspirations. Consider me not just a realtor, but a bridge, the vital link that seamlessly connects your current situation with the future of your dreams. With me, it's not just about transactions, it's about transforming your vision into reality and creating a world-class experience. It is not just about real estate for me, it is personal. I am not one of those realtors who's just going to help you get through the buying or the selling process and they're going to move on to the next person who needs to do the same thing. I am more of a relationship building individual who truly does care about my clients and their futures and wanting to be involved so that they can trust me with more than just their real estate needs. I have a number of values. These are my core values. So, integrity is the cornerstone of my practice. I believe in absolute honesty and transparency in every transaction, ensuring that each client is treated with the utmost respect and fairness. It is really, really important to me that being honest and upfront is just who I am. I'm a very transparent person. I've mentioned many times over the last couple of years that I've probably told more people to stay in their homes because they can't make a profit right now than I have sold homes in the last couple of years, because it's just what's best for the client, and that's what's important to me is what's best for you. So excellence for me means consistently exceeding expectations with a world-class experience. I focus on delivering unparalleled expertise and meticulous attention to every detail, transforming each real estate transaction into an extraordinary and memorable journey for my clients. If you know all of my outside passions, you know that I look at everything as an experience and I try to deliver the unexpected during each and every experience that I provide to my buyers and my sellers. Collaboration is also a big key for me in my approach, where I work closely with clients to understand and fulfill their unique needs. By combining your vision with my expertise, we create a successful real estate outcome that truly reflects your aspirations. It's whatever is your goal becomes my personal goal. If you want to sell your family home and downsize because you're an empty nester now, that's what we will do. We will make sure that whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, we do it and we do it together. Innovation is a huge thing for me as well. Innovation drives my approach to real estate, constantly embracing new methods and technologies to provide cutting edge solutions. This forward thinking mindset ensures that my clients benefit from the most efficient, creative, and effective strategies in the market. There's a couple of really cool new things that I'm implementing this year, things with open houses, things with just your digital experience with those who have listed their homes with me, being able to provide an experience for the realtors who have buyers coming through that property and the buyers who are just interested in one of my listings. I have an experience set up for everybody, and I'm super excited to start rolling these out, which they've already been rolled out, but not a whole lot of people have experienced them yet. So I'm excited to get feedback on those. So my predictions for 2025 is a continued market stabilization and moderate growth. It's very, very unpredictable right now with our government and politics and just everything that's going on with Trump and tariffs and all of those things. The thing is if you need to buy in 2025, we just need to come up with a strategy that works for you, and let's work together and collaborate on how we can fulfill those goals. We had an interest rate decrease yesterday of 0.25%, which brought the overnight lending rate down to 3%. And the most lenders are at around 5.2% interest rate for fixed rates. Um, Variable rates is what is reflected for the overnight lending rate. So if you have a fixed rate mortgage, the overnight lending rate has nothing to do, really has no direct correlation with your mortgage. But those who have variable rate mortgages, those are the mortgages that fluctuate with the overnight lending rate. So Those who have variable rate mortgages will see a decrease in their mortgage payments coming up. And then I believe we are going to see a big increase in the market activity due to 1.2 million Canadians with mortgage renewals coming due in 2025. That is a staggering number of folks who have to decide whether they're renewing their mortgage, they're refinancing their mortgage, or they're making a move. Um, that is a lot of Canadians. I am included in that. We purchased our house back in December of 2020, and we locked in a rate of 1.84%. So if you guys are looking to just talk to somebody about your mortgage coming due and maybe what the best strategies are, I highly recommend we chat, not only just with me, but your mortgage professional too, because they know, from a financial standpoint, what is going to be best for you. So a lot of times people who are hopping on this call are first-time home buyers, and there's some terminology that sounds a little bit foreign to people because they have no idea what these words or sentences or phrases even mean. But it is important to understand the language and key terms when working through a real estate transaction. So a mortgage pre-approval, this is a lender's preliminary assessment of a buyer's ability to borrow a specific amount. It's based on their credit score, their income, their debts. Understanding this helps buyers know how much they can afford. You do not have a mortgage pre-approval if you went online and put in your income and your approximate debts and it popped out a number for you for a pre-approval. That is not a mortgage pre-approval. This has got to be from someone who has run your personal numbers, who has gathered your T4s, your tax returns, your income statements. That is a true mortgage pre-approval. And it is very, very important that that is in place before you start house hunting. I personally will not start showing people houses until they have a solid mortgage pre-approval in place. It just does not make sense. It's like going to the grocery store to go grocery shopping without any money or debit card or credit card with you. It just doesn't make any sense. An appraisal. So an appraisal is an expert estimate of the value of a property. This is often required by lenders before they approve a mortgage to ensure the property is worth the loan amount. We're seeing a mixed number of appraisals. Sometimes there's an appraisal, sometimes there is not. It also has a dependency on whether it's an insured mortgage with CMHC or not. So basically, whether you are putting 20% down or less, or 20% or more down. Land transfer tax. So this is a tax paid by the buyer when the ownership of a property is transferred to them. The amount varies based on location and the price of the property. There are incentives for first-time homebuyers to take advantage of with this. I would suggest you talk to your mortgage professional about those. Conditions. These are put in place by the buyer, yourself, and the realtor, myself, to allow the buyer to conduct their due diligence to ensure they are satisfied with the purchase before they go, quote unquote, firm. When you are firm, it means that you have sealed the deal and you are literally just awaiting the keys in your hand. These conditions are always for the best interest of the buyer. This allows you to do things such as home inspections, well and septic inspections, any type of things that you want to check before you for sure want to seal that deal. These conditions during COVID were basically non-existent because during COVID there was way too much demand and not enough homes, where people were just going in blind and no conditions, firm offer, way over ask. Fortunately for buyers in today's market, this is something that does not usually happen anymore, unless the home is like grossly underpriced for some reason. But conditions are very, very good for you, and it allows you to just make sure that everything is the way that you expect it to be. Title insurance. This insurance protects the buyers and the lenders from potential problems with a property's title, such as liens or ownership disputes. This is something a lawyer can explain to you more in detail. A home inspection. This is an examination of a property's condition, usually performed by a qualified inspector. Mom and dad do not qualify as a home inspection or a home inspector. This is by somebody who is qualified, and I highly recommend that if you are a first-time home buyer, mom and dad are great unless mom or dad has been in the construction industry and builds homes and knows homes inside and out. If they don't, I highly recommend a home inspector who's qualified because they can look at things and they can determine whether there's, some major issues or not. Um, it can reveal issues that can affect the home's value or its safety. So it's really important that you consider doing that. And due diligence. This is just the context of a real estate. In the context of real estate, it refers to the thorough and careful effort by a buyer to ensure all the aspects of the property and its transactions are in order. So this just makes it so that you are doing what you need to do to make sure your ducks are in a row, basically. There's tons more terms and lingo that are going to be used during this transaction, but these are ones that I find are most common. So the process of buying a home, this is what we do kind of at a glance. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to do the pre-approval process. And again, I'll mention as well, as I did earlier, this is you submitting pay stubs, T4s. This is you like there's a lot of paperwork involved in a pre-approval. So if whoever is doing this pre-approval for you is not asking for this information, this is not a pre-approval. You really do need to have a solid approval in place in order to be able to go house hunting confidently. You do not want to make that mistake. Then you're going to want to secure a world-class realtor. You can contact myself, you can contact whoever you know, like, and trust, or go to somebody you know, like, and trust and ask them who they would use. Then you're going to start your home search. And we're going to stay within those parameters of your pre-approval because looking at homes, well above or in excess of your budget, it's not going to make sense. And any good realtor is going to be able to pull you back on those reins and say, hey, look, let's discuss in detail what it is that you are aiming to purchase, what locations, all those things, and really break it down so that there are clear communication and understanding about this whole process. And then once you find a home that you're happy with and you're really excited to, potentially make it yours, then you're going to go through the offer, negotiation, and conditional due diligence, that kind of thing. So your realtor will help you write the offer. There's things like a deposit that's going to be required. There's going to be closing date, which is the date technically that you're going to take possession of the home. And there's a lot of things involved. There's a lot of guts in between the offer and negotiations and conditions and all those things. But this is just kind of a quick glance of the process. And then once you secure your home, and like I had said earlier, your quote unquote firm essentially means that you've secured your home and are awaiting your keys, basically. So at that point, you're going to have your mortgage documents and everything. You're going to have to wrap that up with your mortgage professional. You'll have to go to the lawyers probably about a week or maybe less to taking possession of the house. And you're going to go and you're going to sign about 7 million copies of papers because that's just how it goes. So you're going to have lots of paperwork to fill out. And then finally, you'll be ready to take ownership of your home on closing day. So at a glance, there are a number of steps in the buying process, but that is kind of how it will go from start to finish. So the financial picture, so when you're, and I've talked about this already, but you're going to submit the necessary paperwork to begin the pre-approval process. They're going to review your formal approval, discuss affordability, and determine what purchase price you feel comfortable pursuing. And then you're going to start house hunting. But it's really, really important to bear in mind that you are marrying the payments, not the price. So making sure that you choose the right type of mortgage for you is a key aspect of the mortgage part, because if you are not okay with fluctuations in your mortgage, and again, you can have this conversation with your mortgage professional, but if you are not okay with fluctuations in the market and are not comfortable with that, a variable rate mortgage is probably not going to be the way that you're going to want to go. You're probably going to want a fixed mortgage where you know what your mortgage payment is for a specific time period, and you know that you can confidently, work with that mortgage payment and be able to commit to that. So also knowing where you're headed. So one cool thing that I have access to is an ideal neighborhood link. And it's a really cool link because if you want to be in a neighborhood specific to, 20 minutes from Belleville or 20 minutes from Campbellford, and I want these features and I want to have a park nearby and I want to have grocery stores, I have a link that will allow you to actually put in your criteria of what your ideal neighborhood would look like. And then it's actually going to populate a space on the map of what would be ideal for you with those particular criteria. So it's a really cool link. And I will give you I'll give you the URL that you can do that at the very end here. But it's really cool. Understanding where you want to purchase a home and knowing the limits of your home search are critical elements in the home buying process. The location of your new home not only influences your daily lifestyle, affecting your commute, access to amenities, schools, and community culture, but also plays a significant role in the home's long-term value. Setting clear geographic preferences helps to streamline the search process and focus on areas that truly meet your needs and your desires. Additionally, being aware of your search limits, including budget constraints and property requirements, prevents time wastage on unsuitable listings and ensures a more efficient, targeted approach. Knowing where to look and what you can realistically afford is the first step towards making an informed and satisfying purchase. So, who do you need by your side through this experience? You need a realtor. So, of course, I'm going to be biased and say if you don't have one, then we need to connect for sure. You need a mortgage professional. That can be somebody at your bank, that can be somebody who is considered a mortgage broker. If you want my opinion, banks are oftentimes limited to what products they can offer you because they work for a specific bank. So I personally always say if you are interested in going with your bank, that is totally okay. But also speak to a mortgage broker just to see what other options are out there and what they can offer you. Because at the end of the day, if you can save yourself a pile of money from going to the bank to a mortgage broker with a different lender, I mean, what does it hurt you by saving money? It doesn't. Other than if you want to just be a loyal person to the bank, then by all means, but at what cost are you willing to do that? So I always recommend that you go and do have two opinions at least, and preferably not just two bank opinions. A mortgage, broker and a bank is fine. But then you also need a lawyer, and a lot of people don't realize this. But your lawyer is the one who's actually going to transfer the deed into your name. They're going to be the ones to make sure that there's no liens or encumbrances on your home that you're purchasing and all that jazz. So you will need all three to be successful in your real estate purchase. So my role and my promise is, as your realtor and a leader in real estate experiences, I'm committed to exceeding your expectations and providing a world-class service. My role extends beyond guiding and advising. It's about being your advocate and partner in achieving your real estate dreams. With in-depth market knowledge and a focus on your unique needs, I ensure a seamless, personalized journey leading you confidently from your real estate dreams to making them your reality. That is my main focus. It doesn't matter what I want you to achieve. It matters what you want to achieve. And I will support you at any time When you, even if you change your mind during the buying process and you're like, you know what, I actually want to look at something a little less expensive because I'm just afraid that my mortgage payments won't be, you know, won't be doable or something. We can do that. We can pivot and adjust through the buying process. It's whatever it is that is going to be best for you at the end of the day. You can go to Google. You can Google my name. There's 90 some odd testimonials or reviews written of me and my service and how I do things. I really do think that you need to do your research and connect with somebody who you feel is a good fit for you and that you can feel confident. Sometimes after just having a conversation with somebody, you can get a feel for whether they're going to be good for you or not. So just always go with your gut. So that is it. I hope that this was helpful to you. I hope that um, if you have any questions, by all means, you are welcome to reach out to me in any way. There is the buyingexperience.ca will actually take you to one of my buying experiences. And this is for the general public. You don't have to have a contract signed with me to take advantage of having these resources and these links available to you. I believe that everybody in the buying process needs to have the right tools and resources available to them to be able to make an informed and educated real estate decision. There have been lots of times where people have come back to me, even years later, and said, you know, I'm so glad that you said not to go for that house, or I'm so glad you told us to just wait it out. Um, Sometimes you just need an outsider's perspective, and you need to be willing to be open to the feedback. At the end of the day, it's your choice what you want to do. But having the right person in your corner is a big deal because you don't want to make bad real estate choices. There have been three people that I have gone to see already this year that want to sell their house that purchased, one of them purchased in 20, actually, I think two of them purchased in 2021, and I think the other one purchased in 2019. Um, every single one of them cannot make a profit right now because their realtor allowed them to be silly and purchase the house at the price that they purchased it at. Now, in fairness, there are some buyers out there that will say, I don't care, I want to buy it, this is the house, this is what I want to pay. And at the end of the day, it's your choice. That's fine. But if there's a realtor telling you this is a great price, you should just buy it, and they're really just out for their commissions and want to get you dealt with so they can go deal with the next one, that is not okay. And so I feel terrible for these people that I'm meeting with, and I'm not able to say, you know, even if we list it today, like we can't even list it for what you paid for it because it's not worth it. So that is super frustrating, and I just want to make sure that the people who work with me make good, informed, educated real estate decisions that they will not regret, and in fact are very good real estate decisions. So thank you so much for your time. I hope this was helpful. My cell phone number is up on the screen there. So if you have any questions at all, text me, call me, scan the QR code, go to the buyingexperience.ca for all the calculators and the resources. They're all there for you. Um, and whether we work together this year or not, I wish you all the best. And I hope that you make excellent real estate decisions. Till next time, we'll see you then.